The Pokemon community is becoming ever more toxic, and I don't see it slowing down. And I wish we could figure out a way to fix it moving forward. Obviously, you're not going to drive out all the toxic people from every community, but some way to temper it a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. By the way, I'm Clay. These are the Cardboard Empires. You cardboard kings and queens, thank you for joining me today. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great, I guess we're coming up on the holiday season. I know holidays can be tough for some people. I would say just try to reach out and make a connection. I know, some people have family. Sit down with your family. Listen to your grandpa or your dad tell stories. Just ask them a question like, hey, what was it like when you were a kid? And just sit there and listen. Maybe you don't have family. Maybe you just have friends. Just, hang out with your friends. Maybe you don't have IRL friends. Turn on the Xbox, load up the boys in Halo, load up the boys in some Modern Warfare. What's it called? Roblox, Minecraft. I don't care what you do. Just find somebody to talk to, find somebody to listen to, and, share an experience with somebody. That's kind of the biggest thing for me with holidays, is just finding somebody to share an experience with. And today, you and I are going to share the experience of toxic Facebook communities, unfortunately, moving from a cheerful topic into this. I spend a lot of time on Facebook. It's a really great way to advertise my business, get in touch with people in the local community who want to come in and shop at the store. And unfortunately, spending so much time on Facebook also means that I am in kind of like the larger Pokemon card collecting communities, the worldwide, the national, the big ones, where people from all over the country, all over the world gather and discuss. First is the scalping. That kind of drives me a little bit nuts, but I can't really complain too much about it because that's a lot of what a card shop does, is scalping. So I don't ever really get on a high horse when it comes to scalping. The big thing that really drives me up a wall is you get somebody in there. They just joined the group. They post their picture of their Charizard. They say, hey, everybody, look at this. I found this Charizard under my dresser when I was moving out of my parents' house to go to college. This used to be a part of my collection when I was a kid. I gave the rest of my collection away to my cousins when I was 11. This must have fallen behind the dresser. I don't know what happened to it. I looked online and said, hey, this card's worth like $400. What do you guys think? Would anybody be willing to pay $400 for this card? Should I sell it? What do you guys think I should do? Cue the barrage, hundreds of comments. That's not a PSA 10. That's like a heavily played. That's going to be a PSA 3. Look at the scratches on that hollow foil. Look at the whitening on the sides. All of this to a guy or a girl who's just looking to get rid of this card. And they sought out a community that they thought would appreciate what they have. They don't know where else to go with it. They don't know what else to do with it. They said, hey, I'll go on Facebook. I know there's Pokemon card collectors somewhere. I'll find them. I'll put this card in front of them and maybe somebody will take it. It's this idea of turning somebody who's like brand new to the hobby or not even interested in the hobby, just has a Pokemon card or two and they're looking to get rid of it, expecting them to be like this hardened veteran collector, this flipper, scalper, this really savvy Pokemon card person where it's like, oh, the whitening on the back and the scratches on the hollow foil, man. Oh boy, I'll flip it for, it's like, guys, that's not what everybody is about. Thankfully, that's not what everybody's about. Thankfully, because that really represents the most toxic part of card collecting, is the guys and the gals with the whitening and the scratches. And I know that this argument is not embraced by a lot of people. I know, because I've made it in videos in the past. I made it, I think, when I had a conversation with Mason. People didn't like it, but in my opinion, this is what card shops are for. This is why card shops exist. It's for cases like this where somebody, not really a big card collector, not somebody who's looking to flip and get it, buy and sell and move and shake, just has some cards they want to get rid of. And they could bring it in here and we could talk about it and we can have a nice, good natured, good faith conversation about, yeah, this is what I'm going to be looking to get rid of the card for. Every time I try to record this video, a customer pulls up. So I'm going to try and keep talking and keep my train of thought here. And hopefully this is not one of my customers. They could come in here and have a good natured, good faith conversation about, this is what I'm probably going to try and get out of this card. This is what I'm willing to offer you for the card. I'm probably going to be able to sell this card for $100. I'll give you $75 for it. I'll give you $80. I'll give you $60. And I can walk them through the process and help them understand. It's not this thing where they come in the shop and be like, this isn't a PSA 10. What? Why are you bringing this trash and putting it in front of my face? There's the door. It's frustrating seeing that stuff play out in Facebook and turning somebody who maybe could be a future Pokemon card collector or just somebody who is neutral on the community, turning them against Pokemon card collectors and the people in the community altogether because of the reception that they've gotten. I mean, a perfect example of this is why card shops exist, is last night. I mean, just like 10 hours ago, right before I closed the store last night, which is probably why I look so tired in the face right now. A kid, I say a kid, but probably like 13, 14, brought in a couple Ziploc bags full of Pokemon cards from when he was younger. He was collecting and trading and doing the whole Pokemon card things with his friends. And now he's a little bit older and he's getting into Magic. And so him and his dad come in and they bring their bags full of Pokemon cards, which you see bags full of Pokemon cards walk into your shop. Your first thought is, oh, this is going to be, you could just imagine what's going through your head when you see Ziploc bags full of Pokemon cards come in. And so, we're going through the energies and we're sorting out the commons, uncommons, and the hollows. And they're all moderately played. I mean, like the best cards in there are moderately played. And those are few and far between. We're talking heavily played, damaged for the most part. And so as a card shop, this isn't something that I'm really looking to pay cash for. Unfortunately, I like having these kinds of cards in the shop, but I'm not really looking to take them for cash. So what I did was, he's moving into Magic. So what I went and got the big boxes of Magic out of the back, the modern, the vintage, the reserve list box. I let, all like the high value cards, and I let him pick through whatever he wanted. And I basically let him take whatever he wanted in Magic cards, which probably came out to, let's just say the trade was very heavily favored on his side in Magic cards than in my side in Pokemon cards. But that's okay. Everybody walked away feeling happy with that trade because I like having these cards in the shop. And I told him what I was going to do with these cards. These cards are probably going to be given away to kids for free. There's a lot of kids that come into the shop and they like looking through cards and they like, pulling out, oh, look at this. And they're not worried about scratches on hollow foils. They're not worried about whitening on the back. They just say, oh, look at that cool Pokemon. That's my favorite Pokemon on that card. I want this card. And I let them sit there. I let them go through. They take whatever they want. And, that's one of the nice things about having a card shop. I know a lot of people don't like this argument. Card shops are the devil. Card shops are scalpers. You're selling this Pikachu Zekrom box for $90? How dare you sell this Pikachu Zekrom box for $90? Yeah, that's above market price. I think this was a GameStop exclusive, wasn't it? Well, that's just a part of what being a card shop is. This box is in my store because I let somebody walk out with 2 Sun and Moon ETBs in even trade for this box. So now the Sun and Moon ETBs, market price like $40 each. The market price on this was $80, I think. So I just did an even trade. You could take your Sun and Moon ETBs. I'll take your Zekron box, even trade. And now I have to sell this for $90. And the market price right now for it, I don't think is $90. I'm not really sure. But card stores have to do things like that because I just kicked the can down the road. Instead of taking $80 for the Sun and Moon ETBs and having that cash in the cash register, I kicked that down the road, and now I have to wait for this to sell for me to have cash in the cash register. And Wisconsin Electric doesn't take Zekrom Pikachu boxes in payment for the energy bill. So the longer I kick the can down the road, the more money I have to make on the back end. If that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. Maybe you could come in the store sometime and I could try to explain it to you in person. So this is all to say, if you're a part of these groups and you find yourself doing this whole thing of like, that's not a PSA 10. What are you talking about? You're coming in here. And maybe sometimes those reactions are justified because maybe sometimes the people who are playing the babe in the woods, the lamb and the sheep or whatever, the babe in the woods, aren't as innocent as they appear. Maybe they're on there saying, hey, like maybe it's like me coming in there like, oh my gosh, guys, look at this Charizard. I'll sell it to you for $200. I don't know anything about Pokemon cards, and maybe that's not the entire truth, okay? But I would say the vast majority of the people who go in there and say, hey, I'm just trying to get rid of my collection. What do you think? Ease them into it. Be gentle. Not everybody's a Pokebro. Not everybody's a flipper, scalper, mover, shaker. Take it easy. One thing I do want to put out there, if anybody's still watching, and surprisingly, there are a few people who watch to the end of the videos because I sometimes I say like specific things at the end of the videos, and somebody will comment in the comment section. I'll be like, "Holy cow!" So people actually watch to the end of the video. So for all those people who are still watching to the end of the video, I am buying bulk right now, and I want to make a separate video about collection buying in 2022 and like the differences between bulk buying and collection buying and why I prefer bulk buying as opposed to collection buying. And moving forward, I'm going to focus most of my energy on bulk buying. I am buying bulk right now. If you go on my Facebook page, my bulk rates are listed, and you could always send me a message on Facebook and we could talk about, I'm also on like TikTok and Instagram. You can reach out. I don't check those as often though. You just load up a USPS priority box and send them in, and I'll go through them. I'll give you a value for it. I've done most of my bulk buying like in local stores, so I'm starting to toy with the idea of expanding it out and taking bulk in from all over the US. So that is an option, and if you're interested in it, you can just send me a message and we can talk about it. You could send it in. But yeah, bulk buying is definitely where my energy is focused going into 2022. Collection buying is rough, especially in today's day and age. Most of the collections that I see are either nice collections that are priced way too high. Like the spread between the bid and the ask is way too high. It's not even something that I'm willing to even like shoot an offer for because it's going to be read as like an insult. Or it's going to be the collection that I bought yesterday where it's a Ziploc bag full of cards that were really, really loved. And I tell you, it's hard. It's hard seeing those Ziploc bags walk in the store because there are some really, really nice cards in there. Some cards that are beautiful. I wish I picked some out before I started the video, but there are some like amazing cards that you love to see from XY era, some early Sun and Moon stuff, like some promos that are just like, oh, if this were in near mint condition, it's not even that valuable of a card. It might be like a $5, $10 card in near mint, but it's one of those cards that is just like, oh, they really made this card. This is a nice card. They made it really well. And it would be nice if I got to see it and hold it and have it in the case in near mint. So yeah, It's those that are like really well loved collections, or it's binder collections from little guys and girls who they what they like, what they choose to collect, maybe not have it doesn't have the highest numismatic value, if that makes sense. They like the shiny stuff with their favorite Pokemon on it, and that's fine, but they don't always realize that when you come in the shop with like a binder full of reversed hollow commons, that's bulk to me. You might have it in a binder and you might really love these cards, but to me, that's bulk. And it's hard to look at like a 7-year-old and be like, this binder that you really, really love is worth $2. So, and watch them try to wrap their mind around the fact that they have to give up their binder that they really, really love. And the most I'm willing to give back to them is $2, or maybe a pack, 2 packs if I'm feeling very generous that day. That's a tough conversation to have. So I like bulk. Bulk is people, this is a box, 10,000 cards. People know they don't want it. They know it's not worth much. They know the process that I have to go through to sell it is not worth their time. So they're saying, hey, I will give you this box of however many cards. You give me $500, and then it's your problem. Maybe you'll make $1,000 off that box, but I know it's going to take you 6 months, 12 months to make that money. And I would rather have the $500 cash right now than have to go get the label printer, get the envelopes, mess around with all the people defrauding you on TCG Player or eBay. I don't want to mess with that. I'll let you mess with that. So that's why I like bulk buying. Back to the crux of the video, because this isn't a video about bulk buying. Take it easy in the Facebook communities. Just remember that you might be a hardened veteran of the Pokemon army, of the Pokemon wars of 2020, but not everybody else is. And some people are just dipping their toe in the water, or they're just getting out of the pool, and they want a nice, smooth, happy exit. Or to the people who are just dipping their toes in the water, they're just putting out feelers. They're just trying to understand what this whole Pokemon thing is about, cards, and there's shops, and what, you make a living selling Pokemon cards? What, I don't understand what that is. What you mean, people come in and they sell you cards and they buy cards and packs, and Pokemon are still a thing? That was around when I was a kid. People are still doing that. These aren't the people that you need to ream out about PSA 10s and BGS black labels and CGC, and take it easy, relax. It's, take it easy. I think that'll be the note that I end on today. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe if you like the video. Hit the like button, all that stuff. And until later, I will catch you later.